China accuses NATO of trying to start a new Cold War, 23.06 Gleb. China urged NATO not to unleash a new Cold War by spreading lies about the PRC. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin said this at a briefing on Thursday, June 23. "We call on NATO to stop drawing ideological lines, inciting confrontation, spreading false information, and making provocative statements against China, and to stop trying to launch a new round of Cold War," the diplomat said. He said the alliance is a product of the Cold War and the world's largest US-led military alliance. Wang Wenbin reminds us that NATO was originally the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but in recent years it reached the Asia-Pacific region, where it is trying to demonstrate its strength. "These actions are very dangerous and certainly entail wariness and strong resistance from Asia-Pacific countries and the international community," the Foreign Ministry official added. He advised the North Atlantic Alliance doesn't confuse Asia and the rest of the world in the same way it has confused Europe. Earlier, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg announced that the NATO summit in Madrid will adopt a new strategic concept, which will call Russia the most significant and direct threat to the security of the organization. In addition, he said, the new concept of NATO for the first time will include China, concerning which the alliance countries will define their policy. At the same time, Politico tell where the conflict between Russia and NATO may begin. The Suwalki corridor from Belarus to Kaliningrad could become the first target of the Kremlin in case of war against NATO. Located on Lithuania's southeastern border, the town of Druskininkai overlooks a narrow strip of strategic territory known as the Suwalki corridor. Western military planners warn that this area is likely to be one of the Russian president's first targets if he ever decides to escalate the war in Ukraine to a direct clash with NATO, the article said. Politico notes that Russia's attempts to build a land corridor to Kaliningrad would lead to the start of a large-scale war among the nuclear-armed states. Such fears have intensified amid the fact that Lithuania announced a partial ban on transit of some products to the Russian exclave. Journalists add that such probability is not inevitable and it is just a guess.